Hi guys, I'm Absolute Noob. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to play Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. I have I had this game for quite a while, and I was thinking to show you how to play and what this game is all about. If you have played this game, you probably know. If you haven't, it's about buying and fixing cars. But we're going to start quite small with fixing other people's cars, and then we can do what you can see here in the background. Right, so let's get right in to see what's what and where is where. But after you've entered the game, you've got new game, and you've got a few modes: normal mode, normal game mode without tutorial. So in normal mode the game will give you a tutorial, a sandbox mode where you can do whatever you want, build cars from scratch and everything. And expert mode, in expert mode it makes the game a bit more challenging, and I don't recommend playing it unless you have played this game before. So let's go in normal mode. I have made this tutorial too many times, so I don't really want to do it. If you want to play the game, by all means do go and play with a tutorial and to get a real feel of the game. As I've said, I have played the game before and I know what it is doing. Right, so let's get right in. Right, so this is our garage when we start. As you can see, it's quite small and you could say a bit dirty. Now this is where everything starts from. So we've got a few things to do in here. So exit to the parking, that will take you to a parking lot. That will show you if you've got any cars. Right now we've got nothing, we've just started the game. So I'm not going to go there. It's just like any old parking lot you can find around. On the main gate here, this is where all your cars will be driven in at the start when you take a car. If you click on it, it will give you a map with a few options where you can go. Right now most of them are closed because you will have to unlock them as you progress. So up here you're going to have your level, your XP. These are orders, we will go into them a bit later. And we've got your current money. If you go, you can't really go into debt. The game won't really let you. I mean, you won't be able to complete jobs if you do that. Alright, so we've got garage, we've got a speed track. We will look into this a bit later, as we will have one car and we can play with it a bit more. Other things we do have a few toolboxes spread around the garage. These are actually your skill tree, where you can unlock various perks and upgrades. So right now we've got faster part examination, and we've got faster screwing and unscrewing. You will see when you start it takes a while. Once you get to level 50, it speeds up. Those tools and everything will go faster. So we've got a few upgrades every few levels. So this one will expand the garage, will give us a test path and a repair bench to your garage. Another big one, it will expand the garage, it will give you another car lift, warehouse, and another parking spots to your garage. But we will go into these once we get there. Another tool we've got here will be a wheel balancer, which will help you balance the wheels that you will pop out of the cars. Some of the missions will require you to change tires, and even when you buy a car for you to fix, you will have to replace them tires. So you've got a tire changer, which has a few options. Separate parts, we don't have anything to work with right now as we don't have any cars. And then we've got install a tire on the rim, so opposite of separate parts. It will it will meet a tire with a rim, and another option will be to take parts from the machine once everything is finished. These are just for show, they don't do anything, they don't represent anything. I do like the realism of the detail they've put into this. I mean, look, even at the scratches on it. I don't know, it looks amazing if you ask me. That's why I do love this game. I have played this game and I decided to actually show it to you. This is we do have a phone. The phone here is will give you jobs. It will bring from time to time to give you options exactly as it did now, so you can see what's happening here. The blue ones are actually kind of a story mode, orders where you take a car and you have to find out what's wrong with it and fix it. But also you do have normal missions where you will be given a car. Right now it shows the car has a brake problem, and it will give you a list of problems, but later on as you advance the list will be gone, and they will tell you something like the car is rattling when cornering, so you will have to find out what's wrong with it. You can see in the top right corner with the phone mark blue symbol, it's the same thing here, so it will tell you how many jobs you've got. This is the computer here will be used to buy parts for the cars that you're gonna fix. So you've got absolutely everything in here. You've got the rims, you have the computer which will use to order parts. You've got absolutely everything you need to fix a car in here. So you're gonna have rims, parts, body parts, tires, as I've said. This is where you buy your tires from. License plates, when you buy yourself a car to fix, if you want to change the plates you can do it here. Interiors, some of the missions will tell you to change interior parts. Power Boost shop will have upgraded parts, so you could say tuner shop will give you quite a few things. Same thing as body tuning shop. All of the bits and bobs will be a bit more flashy than the standard ones. So for example, let's take the Bolt Atlanta left headlight B, the way it looks in here, and if you go in here you've got Bolt Atlanta headlight. You could say this is vanilla, the other one is a bit more flashy. It will look a bit more a bit nicer. Fresh import goods, I could never get it to show me anything. I don't know how to use it. If you know anything, leave a comment below and let me know. And with the last bit we've got gear grip. This is a custom gearbox where you can actually buy a gearbox for your car to tune and update yourself. Right, so usually you will stay in this parts shop. You've got all the parts that you can use in this game for any car. You've got a few options here. You can see all of the parts, or if you're gonna fix something in the car, so only engine related, so you will not see anything related to suspensions. You've got these in here, so you will have all of the suspension arms, shock absorbers, axles, anything that's tied to the wheels and to the road. Then we've got brakes with all of the brake parts you can have in this game. As you can see, they're not quite many of them. I know in real life they will have, like, on the brake parts are like 50,000 models of brake parts for any car, but I think for the simplicity's sake they just used this one, which will fit any car in this game, and I mean any car. And so on and so forth. So we've got exhaust and gearbox. I said earlier that you've got the self-tuning gearboxes. These are the vanilla ones, so you can't do anything with these. You just buy them and fit them in your car. With these ones, once they're fitted, you can actually tune them to your requirements. So you could say like in real life, where you can change the ratios of the gears and when to shift and things like that. So this is the computer. You will have later in the game the option to actually use a tablet. So if you right click anywhere where there's nothing selected, it will give you this wheel chart, and as you can see, you've got the tablet here, settings menu for the game. You can take a photo. Right now we've got nothing in here, so there's not much to see, but if you feel like you want to see something, by all means you can do that. Orders. Instead of just going to the phone, so instead of just going every single time here to see what orders you've got, if you just right click and select orders, you get the same thing as you had before. Other options. This pie chart will adjust according to what you're doing and what you have in front of you. Other bits and bobs we've got in here. There's the radio. You can actually select it, turn it on or off, change the station. It does give you quite a bit of realism. We've got the engine stand here, I would say one of the best tools in this game, because you can actually pull the engine out of the car, put it in here, and play with it and dismantle it, fix it, without having to get the car up and down on the left. This is another toolbox that we've got. Again, it's just a shortcut to your skill tree. The oil drain, this is used to drain the oil in the car. If you don't, you will have an oil spill and you will pay £1,000 or something like that of your in-game currency to actually fix the spill. And that's about it, what we've got in here. As we're going to play along, we will see a bit more. And the most important thing in here, we've got the car lift. This is your absolutely your most essential part in here. This will lift the car up and down, so you can work underneath it, on it. Right, so let's see what we do first. So we've just started the game about 15 minutes ago. Let's get a job. So we're going to go to orders. As you can see in the top right corner, we've got 2 orders waiting for us right now. So we've got the story order, which is not hard to do but can take a bit to do. So let's start with something easier. So we're going to take a Katagiri Katsumoto X-Tech car. I don't know if I've said that right. I'm sorry if somebody won't like it. And let's take it and see what's what. Right, so the car is at the entrance, as I've said, and it's not in a great shape, is it? So it's a bit of rust, but this is not something we need to worry about. If you right click on it, so I've got the car selected, as I've said, the pie chart will change a bit more. So you've got part notes, inventory, tune parts. This is usually not able to do on vanilla cars or cars that you do not own. We've got car status, where it will show you a few informations about the car. So we've got brake problems, as we said at the start of the order. and as we can see here, it gave us a list: ABS pump, brake discs, brake pads, brake caliper, and brake pads. There are a few ways to go into this to see where to find them and how to fix them. If you click on the stars here, it will actually outline the parts when you fix them, so you can find them as you go along. So let's pop the engine. So let's pop the bonnet and see what's underneath it. So we've got the engine bay, and if you click on it, it will show you, it will give you the options to see and dismantle bits and bobs here and there. But this is not what we're doing now. We are supposed to look at the brakes. So let's move the car. So we've got move car option to change to another area in the garage. As you can see, there's quite a few of them which are locked. These will unlock as you progress. So for now, we're gonna move the car to car lifter A, and there it is. It's on the car lifter right now. So we need to lift the car up from the ground. There we go. So this is position 1, position 2. So you can actually walk underneath the car and you can see all the bits and bobs in there. Because this is a game, they haven't made it super realistic. I think that's actually impossible to do in a game that doesn't actually require a supercomputer. So let's bring the car down. So just normal click. As you can see, if you hold on onto the top, onto something, it will give you a few options of what to do. So right now, let's see what we need to do. So we need to fix the ABS pump, and it tells you, pop the bonnet and see what we have to do. If you go into car status, so right click and choose car status, it will give you what you have to do. So you've got brake problems, but if you look at the bottom, you're going to have repair with minimal parts condition. So you can actually put you can put second-hand parts in it as long as they're over 66% damage. So right now we've got to replace the ABS pump and brake discs and brake pads, brake calipers. Those will have to unbolt the wheels to have a look. But we've got the ABS pump, which is in the engine bay, so let's try to find it. There are two ways to do it. Look for it visually, or if you select it and cross the put the star on, it will actually outline it for you. Oh, there it is. So you've got the blue liner here, and there it is down there. In order to remove a part, you just hold long click on it and it will show you to unscrew or to cancel it. So to unscrew, just hold it. So put your mouse cursor on it and it will allow you to remove the screws. As you can see, you don't really need to see what you're doing. You don't really need to see the part as long as you know where it is. You don't need to actually visibly see the screws. So we've removed the ABS pump. Now if we right click again somewhere outside, you can see your inventory, and you're going to have the ABS module, which is okay. I'm not going to sell it. If you click on them, it will sell them, so be careful with that. Don't press a yes, because you're going to have to buy a new one. And you can see the condition on the bottom. This is 69. The customer wants 66%, so we're not going to bother about this. But this one is 8%, so we will have to change. Right now we can't fix it, so we will have to buy a new one. And in order to do that, we're going to go to the computer and we're going to go up parts. You can do it either by going to brakes. So you've got the ABS pump, the part we need to change. So we're going to buy, so click on it. you can choose the amount and total price. This is quite expensive, $950. Like me, the customer will pay. They will never say it's too expensive or anything. They'll just pay whatever you do to the car. If you literally change everything in the car, you will still get all the money back. The customer will not say anything. Right, so in order to fit it back where it was, we're going to have to right click again, and you've got part mount. So if you click on it, it will actually outline the part that needs to be fitted. So again, long click on it, and it gives you the option to fit which part you want to fit. So just select it at the bottom and then confirm it at the top. Now we need to put the ABS module back on, the one that we had to remove earlier. Again, long click on it and it will show it to you, and that's it. And then we've got the screws. We need to fit them all in. Hopefully, luckily in here in this game they will never snap, and there is no such thing as inaccessible screw. If you can't say it, I mean, even like this, in a situation like this, you will still be able to remove a screw or put it back on. Right, so if we go into car status, you can see that the ABS pump has been fixed, so we can remove the star. We don't need to say it. Now we need to do the brake discs, brake pads and brake calipers. We can do it with the way the car is right now, but myself, I do prefer to lift it up a bit, because you will be able to see a bit better. So let's see which one. There's another way to see. There's another way to see if the wear and tear of a part. So if you will go into overview mode, it will show you an overview of the car, and as you can already see, there is a bit there that's nice and red that needs to be fixed. And there's the ABS pump that we've just fitted earlier. Now the only thing is, with this overview mode, you need to stay within the frame of the car. Otherwise, because if you pop out, the car comes back to normal, the view comes back to normal. And if you ask me, they should change it. They should leave it once you've chosen overview, let you do whatever, because you will have to go around the car, and sometimes you will go out of the boundaries of the car and you won't be able to see them anymore. Right, so let's pop this wheel out. So we're going to long click on it, and it will, oops. Alright, so before you do anything, to actually be able to pop the wheels out, you need to actually select it. And now you can long click and remove the screws. As I've said earlier, you can actually increase the speed of the screws. I know it doesn't take long to take 5 screws out, but trust me, when you're dismantling this entire engine, you will have loads and loads and loads of bolts and screws, and it can be tedious. It can become tedious. Right, so in here we've got, let's see, examine mode. So we need to change this brake caliper. So we're gonna, so you long click on it, and again it gives you the screws. They're there. In real life, these wouldn't have been nice to remove, but in here, literally from this side, you can remove them, and the part will just pop out. Let's go into car status, and let's activate all of the parts that we need to replace to see what we've got in here. Right, so in here on this side of the car, we only have to replace the brake caliper. It's not like in a good condition as it. So let's go buy a new one. So brake caliper, just click on it and buy it. And now we can go back to the car, and we will fit it. So again, select the bit, and right click, part mount, and long click on it. It will give you the option which bit to fit in. I've chosen the 100% one. The owner says wants a 66% at least, so I think 100 will go nicely. I'm going to put the wheel back on, and we're going to look for the next ones. Right, so we've got another brake caliper on the other side, and we've got a brake disc and a caliper on the opposite side of the car, so let's go there. So again, if you go in overview, you will have so if you go into this bit, you will see the outline of the part you need to change. So let's remove this tire and see what's what. At least the parts do disappear on their own. So in this side of the car we will have to replace the brake pads, but you know, as we got there, we will have to remove the brake caliper. There are the brake parts you can see in the lower left. They're 26%, so that's why we need to change them. Whilst in here in dismantling mode, we can also go to the next tire and remove that as well. We don't need to go to the computer 3, 4 to 5 times to buy every single part on its own. We can buy them all of them at once. Right, so this brake disc looks old. We need to change it, and it's no wonder the owner wants to change it. Brake pads and brake disc. Right, so these are out. Let's go. Let's see what's in here. So we've got the brake pads and brake discs that we will have to change. This is the brake caliper from from the first wheel. So I've got one set of brake pads. So we're going to buy 2 of them because we need 2. And be careful when you buy, because you've got brake disc and brake disc ventilated. The ventilated ones are for the front tires, and the simple brake disc is for the rear. Let's buy it. Okay, now let's go back and fit everything and see if we're going to get paid and what we will be paid. Again, so let's mount the parts. So we're going to choose the brand new brake pads, and we're going to fit everything the way it was. Sometimes you will have options to fit two bits together. It's just usually on the brakes and a few of the chassis bits that you will have to suspensions that you will have to fit together at the same time. Okay, let's put the tire back. And let's go the back one. Right, so long hold. So we've got the old one and we've got the new one. Of course, we're going to fit the new one. And as you can see, as the parts are fitted, the car will give you an outline of the next part that you need to fit. So it's usually not going to let you fit the wheel unless you've got everything in place. And now lastly, we're going to fit the wheel, and this should be it. Right, so we finished fitting everything in the car. So if we're going to lower it down, and we can see the car status. So everything has been fixed. We've got money spent on the parts we bought. We've got a bonus for finishing the job, and this is a total payout. If this is what would be real, my god, I would start tomorrow as a car mechanic if it would be that easy. So once we press finish order, we will receive all the money, and there it is, our first car fixed. Now we do have a few bits left over. As you can see, all of the old parts we will keep, but in this case I will just sell. I've got no need for them. So if you just click on them and it will give you the options to sell them. So let's do that. There we go, and we've got a bonus case. You will get these from time to time, and they will actually give you a few bits and bobs. So in this case we have gotten a few parts which do have increased quality. So you've got a camshaft, a brake shoe, and an intake manifold X6. These usually do come quite randomly, and so you will get them, but it's not very often that they will actually be any useful for your car that you're working on. But you can keep them on. Later in the game, as you advance, you will get a warehouse where you can keep all the parts. In the meantime, you can just sell them for a good buck. As you can see, 237, 18 quid. Well, $18, this is not much, or $624 dollars. So if you think of it, this is another 1,000 added to your bank. So this is it, guys, our first car fixed in Car Mechanic Simulator. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, do like it. If you didn't, yeah, you know what to do. Like and subscribe, and if you have any comments, please feel free to put them on, and I will see you later in another video of Car Mechanic Simulator. Bye.